Rain, we knew you were coming, and you finally showed up.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. I'm still in my pajamas. Heidi's been up for a while. I got up real early this morning because Heidi and I went out bouncing around the bars in Kent. We decided we were going to try to be college kids and go do all this bouncing around and drinking, and it didn't work out so good for me. I don't know what I was thinking. Finding myself saying that quite a few times. So, yeah, I got up real early because my heart was like racing during the night because all the alcohol I had in me apparently, and I just couldn't sleep. So I've been up for a while, but you can see I'm still in my PJs. I don't think we're going to be able to get a fire going until later. The good news is this looks like it's a decent sized storm. It don't look really severe. There is some thunder out there, and it looks like it's not going to be very long-lived. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's actually kind of pleasant. It was very cool last night. It was like ideal weather. I don't know how to describe it. It was not humid, but it wasn't dry. There was no wind, and it wasn't hot. It was like 72, and it was just 72. It was perfect. It was just a 72-degree night. There was, again, nothing to interact with your body to make you feel one way or the other. It was just really nice for an evening. So Heidi and I sat out here for a while on the picnic table after we came home from the bar bouncing, and it was nice. Kent's a nice area to go through. It is a college town, so you can expect, man, my hair's messy. You can't expect, a lot of college kids that are out, but we caught it on a night that wasn't too crazy. I didn't bring the camera along. I had my phone, and I don't know, we went into one bar, it was karaoke, and I didn't want to film people in there doing karaoke. I think some of them felt self-conscious about it already. But yeah, I'm so glad Heidi's here. I mean, it's her day off. I'm sure she's enjoying this, not. Her and I think, is going to do a video a little bit later that we'll post at a later time, but I just wanted to start the day and say hello. Let's see if we can get Heidi to peek her head out and say hello.
It's raining, of course. We do stuff on nice days, and then we have to sit in the camper on shitty days.
Which isn't too bad. I got to do some editing. But
that's what he says.
I'm getting a little chilly in my PJs here. Uh-oh, and our carpet's getting wet down here. The river has started flowing. That's okay. Well, when we take this home, we'll lay it out and dry it out. The mat, it dries really fast. But this is what I was saying, when it rains, this becomes, well, you can see it's kind of streaming already here. It just keeps on going. Not bad though. It's not a big deal. All right, inside. So as I mentioned, we handed off this little cabinet door to a guy at Heidi's work that she knows, and accidentally got a little bit of paint that came off, but not a big deal. We'll touch that up. And the reason that we gave him that door is because he made this door, and this thing's perfect. Really good, good quality. Wow, I couldn't do any of this. We couldn't find a door. We were looking everywhere for it, and I don't know. And anyways, this guy said, yeah, I can make that door. And then Heidi found out after he made it, he said, yeah, you come pick it up, make sure it works and everything, which we got to paint it, of course, and drill it and mount some hardware. Then he broke the bad news to her, that how much he charged her.
He wasn't going to charge me anything.
It was free.
But I told him to come back on Friday because he was supposed to bring it out to my work, and I was on the way here, and he had got some cedar in his eye, so he could, whenever I got to his house, he could barely see.
Huh.
He was having a hard time keeping his eye open, so I told him to stop by. I'm going to give him a gift card.
How nice. It's awesome.
He did a good job. But
she knows these people that come into her work year after year after year, and
Yeah, I was just showing him pictures of the remodel, and I said, yeah, I said, we need a door for here, and he's like, I can do that. And I said, you can? And he's like, yeah. He says, I just need the dimensions, and then we gave him that little door, and
yeah,
it's been a few weeks, and he had been busy making a smoker. He made it out of a propane tank.
Ooh, a lot of people do that.
Huge.
I'm not a smoker thing. So this is where it goes. You guys, we've talked about this before. We wanted to do some sort of a door here, but we were trying to find something that would fit already made, and we just couldn't. It was a weird dimension. And then once I put this button in, it took away even, more of the options that we had. I couldn't go quite as big as before.
But it'll still line up with this.
Yeah, that's all we were concerned with, that it would line up with this. But now that he made it, but yeah, this is nice. We'll put those doors on at some point, and then the inside's almost completely complete. I can't think of anything else. Can you?
No, I need to repaint the inside of this door, or I should put another coat on because it's a little thin.
Now, although it's kind of cool outside, my camera was fogging up in here because the humidity. Check that out. Boom. And I just turned the air off this morning. Yeah, again, we're going to be shooting a video, and I'm going to talk about air conditioning to some extent and a couple other things. So look for that video. It'll be completely separate from here, but Heidi and I is going to enjoy ourselves just sitting in here, maybe watching a few videos, and that's what we were doing prior to the rain coming, and thought we better check in and say hi to you guys, because we have a tendency not to say bye at night anymore. I don't know what the deal is, but we're slacking. That's all I know. We're slacking. So let's see what happens today. In Heidi's car, and we're making a slow trek to Subway. The reason is because my stomach's upset from the drinking.
His special drink.
My special beverage. So I didn't get sick. I didn't throw up.
We ate wrong.
Yeah, we just ate wrong. We did that bar hopping through Kent, like I mentioned, and
we never actually had a meal prior to that.
Yeah, I had sloppy joes, and I don't really count that
That
too
was even
much.
for lunch.
Yeah, so combination of the drinking and the crappy eating, which we're gonna have to get straightened back out. Oh, I'm gonna show you something. I think all RVs should have awnings on both sides. I've been wanting to do that to our RV for I don't know how long. Because think about all the heat that it would save on that whole side. If for some reason we got an Airstream, which I don't think that's just not, I'd love the fact that they last as long as they do. And
we're not gonna have a mortgage. Out on the road.
Yeah. I mean, if we sold the house, right? Oh no, if we sold the house, we'd have enough money to go buy one. But it's just one of those things that I love the streamline of the Airstream. I love the fact that they last so long. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and living in Florida, how many parks were just filled with those things. And they last, for a long time. So anyways, but that's something they got right for sure. If I had an Airstream, I would definitely be ordering that awning for that side. Now the good news is my RV, our RV, on the passenger side, I guess you call it, actually the driver's side, on the non-door side of the RV, let's say that way, the non-entrance side, there is a track all the way across the top.
Oh, that's right.
So we could put something up there. I'd have to, again, the main thing I got to do as far as the RV's concerned, though, is figure out the weight of each axle. I need to find out if it's heavy on that side. If it's heavy on that side, I can't put more weight on there. Even though it's a smaller awning, I still can't put, more weight on there. So anyways, we're heading to Subway because every time in the past, for years and years and years, if I ever got sick or I didn't feel well and I was throwing up and my stomach was upset, for whatever reason, I can always do a sub. Subs always hit the spot, and they just ease my stomach overall. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know where we're going to eat, but we're going to go grab some. The rain is holding off so far, and we got our Subway. So we stopped on the way back. This is one of the boat launch areas. It's open to the public. All that is boat launch. Everything out there. Hopefully these things aren't too wet. Are they wet?
They don't feel wet.
Well, that's good.
I think our picnic table was more wet.
Yeah. I know I always say this, but we've done so many videos. We explored this place a little bit, very little, but when we had our mopeds, we rode our mopeds here, hung out for a little bit, and then we rode our mopeds all the way up to Dairy Queen, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, somebody had a little fire here. It's a day camp thing. You could come down if you guys have vans, your camper van people. You can definitely park here and sleep all day long. Can't do it at night, but definitely during the day. So we'll sit here and enjoy our Subway. The game was called due to rain. It's not real bad, but nonetheless, we didn't want to sit in the rain any longer. So back to the campground we go. We're again in our natural habitat, and I'm enjoying a Frosty that was in the freezer from last night because somebody was drunk and told Heidi to drive through Wendy's. I don't even remember going through Wendy's necessarily. I remember they forgot spoons and we did a lap or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just got done. Heidi had made us some steaks and salad. It was really good, and we're just winding down. We got a fire going, and we got just enough wood for tonight. So that'll bring us into tomorrow morning, where we might see Heidi for a little bit in the morning. And then she'll be taking off and going to work. And then I will, again, get this circus back to the big top, the house. So we just wanted to close it out for tonight. And we'll pick this up tomorrow.
Good morning, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. This concludes my participation of this trip. Go figure.
Yeah, she's got to go to work, so she's heading off. She helped me flush the tanks. It is rainy outside. We got more rain in the forecast today. We got a bunch of rain forecast later, but how was your trip, though?
It was good.
She still hates working and doing RV trips.
Yeah, if we do this, we can't do it this late in the season. First off, I can't see worth a crap in the morning.
Yeah, because it's getting darker.
This is a late shift for me today, so that's why it's light out.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm leaving at 6-something in the morning to be at work by 7.
Yep, her vision ain't the best driving in the dark. So say bye to Heidi, and we'll pick this up a little bit. So Heidi took off, and it's time for me to go ahead and close this thing up. I'm so glad that I reorganized this trunk area. It's getting a little bit cluttered again, but I definitely have more room than I did before. And it was just a matter of me moving a couple things. So what I have to do is just like everybody's got to do. I've already flushed out the black tank. I don't know what your procedure is for your black tank, but I noticed with ours was that if we flush like a full tank of black water, and then always near the end is when a lot of debris comes out. So as long as I continue to fill it, maybe then from that point, not even halfway up, maybe a third up, and then letting it flush till it's down to a trickle. Also then Heidi does these full bowl flushes. She'll fill the bowl up, pound it with a full flush. She does that like 5 times. Every time it seems to stir stuff up. Now obviously the best way to do it is we have a wand in there that we can, you know, connect to a hose, an outside water source. And I haven't used these gloves yet, just to let you know. I'm rubbing my nose. I just put them on. That's why I'm holding the camera with the other one. Anyways, the wand would be the best way, because you can put the wand down into the toilet and just, you know, clear everything out. The problem with that is I'd have to run a hose from the outside. I have no hose connections inside. I need to change that. I need to make it to where I have a hose connection for a wand. That way I can really clean out the inside of the tank, which I can do at home with our blue tank, and then I can just put it in our septic directly. Makes it a little bit easier, but yeah, nice thing is everything's been flushed. The gray tank then flushed after that. So all we're going to do is pack all this stuff up and hook up the truck. And there ain't much to that. And then I'm kind of on my way. And it looks like there's a break in the clouds, so that's good. I got a lot of wet wood though. All my mounts, let me show you. Usually all this wood here that's underneath the tires, that's in the back of the RV. And then this wood back here that I have underneath the stabilizer jacks, that's usually inside here too. I keep all the wood stacked up on edge here, but I'm not going to be able to put this wood in here. I mean, you can see how wet that is there. I mean, it's pretty much soaked all the way through. Same with the front one. And then these 2 pieces of wood I can tell's got quite a bit of water too. So I'll go ahead and probably throw those in the back of the truck, and then I don't know what to do because we're supposed to have rain for the next couple days. I really don't want that wet wood in the back of the RV. The last thing you want to do is put water in there. Okay, oh, looks like Heidi didn't get this closed. Probably because she's afraid to break it, because it is pretty tight. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we got these guys as neighbors. Look how little that RV is. That is so convenient. They're pulling it with a Honda Odyssey. But man, that thing, phew, talk about being able to park into places. That's it, huh? Man, that's short. Let me get to work. All hooked up. That was pretty uneventful. And what I got to do now is pull forward a little bit and get those pieces of wood that are underneath the tires, and then head out. Well, the drive's been pretty uneventful, all except I got on the expressway just to warm everything up, get the grease all up to temperature and everything. Plus, I didn't have to ride that bumpy road. And I had to hit the brakes a couple of times, not overly hard. I just had to push on the brakes pretty well. And I've noticed that I've got a problem with the truck, which, you know, I guess it's time for me to take a look at the brakes. But here, I'll show you what I'm doing here. I don't know how much you can see the steering wheel. I'm gonna let go of the steering wheel and hit the brakes. Ready? Yeah, that front left is locking up, or the left rear, one of the other ones, and it's pulling real hard. It's pulling real hard to the left. Let me see if I can do it again. Yeah. That's not good. So I'm gonna have to check out what that is. Now initially I thought maybe it was the trailer brakes, but if I reach down and manually engage the brakes, it doesn't pull to the left. Let me show you here. See, it just slows me down. So yeah, I've got either a left rear brake or left front brake that's dragging. I'm thinking it's the left rear, and I've got all new hardware and shoes and, you know, calipers and everything on this thing, but that was a few years ago, so it's about time. I mean, this thing does have 183,000 miles on it, so there's always something that's going to be needed to be looked at and In this case, it's the brakes. I'm glad I found out now and not on some big trip somewhere. All right, almost home. Well, we made it back. I made it back. Heidi's at work. She made it to work. Let's say it that way. Heidi made it to work. I made it back to the house. I took the hitch and everything off the truck. I can't believe I got to look at my brakes. That's gonna be interesting. I can't tell what the sky's gonna do. I know in a couple days here they're talking about like 7 to 10 inches of rain. I don't know what that's about. And I got most of the stuff out of here. I still got to get some stuff underneath there, and then these 2 camera bags. But we're already at 78 degrees in the RV, so I've got the fan running. I brought the clothes in. I already got a load of laundry going on. I did come back with a full freshwater tank because the water at the park is very good. It's very, very good. It's much better than our water as far as our water having sediment in it. So I went ahead and filled this tank. So we have some decent water that we can leave in here for a while, because we do occasionally come out and use the camper. What I mean by that is, honestly, if I'm out working in the garage or if I'm working in the camper, I might use the bathroom just to take a leak. I'm talking about the other. There's been times that we all were working on something. I think we went and burned a bunch of leaves or something down at Heidi's mom's, or we were doing wood piles or something. I can't remember, but we all came home. We were all sweaty and hot. Well, I came out and took a shower in the RV, and they took a shower in the house because there's only one shower in the house. So we've done that. Not only that, but for example, my son has a friend that's visiting from from Washington State. They flew to Massachusetts and bought a vehicle there, and they're driving back now. Anyways, she wanted to hang out here for a couple of days, and there was no room in the house for her. We don't have that many bedrooms, so she stayed out in the RV until we went camping. So yeah, I mean, we use it, and having water out here is pretty nice. So let me go ahead and finish the rest of this. So end of the trip. As always, guys, we hope to see you out there. Thanks for joining us on this little vacation.